Hi, I'm attorney Bill Bronchick, and in this video lesson I'd like to show you a nice little trick for getting around wholesaling or flipping a property that supposedly can't be flipped quickly. Now, where would that come into play? Well, let's say, for example, you wanted to buy a property from someone who was buying it from someone else, and that someone else was a bank, and the title company or escrow company doing the closing says, no double closings, no flip, buy and flip, because we have to tell the bank. Or in a short sale scenario, where the bank specifically says in their short sale agreement that you don't have anyone else that is lined up to buy the property, or that you agree not to resell the property within 60 days. Here's a nice little trick. So we have A, who is the owner of the property, and we have B, which is you, and then we have C, which is a cash buyer investor. Now, you have a contract, let's say, to buy it from B for $100,000, with, of course, the bank's blessing on the short sale. Okay, so they're going to approve that $100,000. And they say in their short sale approval letter that you agree not to resell the property. B cannot resell the property within 60 days. Well, here's how it works. C would fund the purchase of that with a loan. And this was what we call a private or funded or hard money loan. And that loan would have, to secure it, B is going to give C a mortgage lien or deed of trust. Okay? So B takes title at closing with a lien on the property from C, and that's fine, right? He just acquired the property, just bought it. Well, now, how does C get the property? Because if B sells it to C, that's in violation of the agreement. So what we do here is we have C send a notice of default to B after 60 days, or after 30 days, or after 15 days maybe, that says you're in default of your note. And of course, the note should be drafted in such a way that B really would be in default of that note. And if B doesn't make his first payment, let's say that's due in 7 or 15 days, whatever the note requires, then what's going to happen is C is going to put on B a notice of default. Or in a mortgage foreclosure state, it would be a lis pendens. Or whatever notice that is the first notice in your legal process in your state. And then after that notice of default or lis pendens is filed, then B and C can negotiate what we call a deed in lieu of foreclosure. And basically that's where C agrees, instead of going after B personally on the note, C takes the property back. Of course, we remove the lien from the property that C put on it, and C basically gets the property. And in that deed in lieu of agreement, maybe C gives B a little bit of cash for keys, which is not uncommon, by the way. Bank of America and other big banks are doing this with homeowners all the time, that they lend money on properties. They give the homeowner some cash, and they do a deed in lieu of foreclosure, and in that agreement the bank agrees to give money and not sue the homeowner for the deficiency on the loan. So not uncommon at all. And in that case, what you record is from B to C is a deed in lieu of foreclosure. And it'll come up on record if anybody checks, like A, if the property's been resold, you'll see a deed in lieu of foreclosure, not a warranty deed of transfer. So it looks like C lent money to B, and then B defaulted on those payments, and then C got a deed in lieu of from B. Now, obviously, if you make a pattern and practice out of this, you're going to get busted. Someone's going to catch on to what you're doing. So this should be used sparingly, in addition to some other tips and tricks that I have that you can learn from my videos. But on a 1 or 2 time basis, if it's the same party, C, maybe you do it to a different party each time, different end buyer, different cash buyer, but you give a deed in lieu of foreclosure instead of selling the property to C. I hope you've enjoyed this trick. If you have any questions, drop me an email.